Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this Sunday morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video on the algorithm. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those good things. I've been up very early. Of course, I've even been up and out, child. And I now I'm waiting for my daughter. Our little our other puppy, Snowball, hurt herself really bad. So she's going to the animal hospital. So that had me worried. That has me very worried. We've had Snowball for a long time, so make sure y'all send us a prayer for Snowball. She is such a good dog. Oh, she's such a sweet baby. So make sure y'all pray for her. I wanted to talk about what's Black Youngsters set up for failure from the very beginning. And I did a little research, just a little. I kind of scratched the surface, which means I didn't do a whole lot. I just kind of scratched the surface, but I think for the most part, everybody already just kind of know the history because they've really just watched it play out. But I was reading, I was interested in knowing when Black Youngster had signed with CMG, right? And I pulled up that he had signed with CMG in 2015, and then he did a Shake Some Diss with Young Dolph, okay, in 2016. And so that's what led me to my title, Was Black Youngsters Set Up for Failure from the Very Beginning? Then I went and started looking at some videos. I wanted to see when Young Dolph did the song Play With Your B. Okay. I'm very interested in, okay, it was released in 2017. Okay, so Black Youngster was signed to CMG in 2015. He did the Shake Some situation, the Shake Some song in 2016. And so then, Young Dolph on his album Gelato, he did the Play With Your B. Now, for people who saying that, Black Youngster was taken up for what's his name, for Gotti, because of that Play With Your B song. No, it's looking like that the Shake Some song came out before. Um it came out before Play With Your B. I like to look at dates and stuff because people like to dispute me, try and dispute me on certain things, but I'm glad that I went and looked at that. I do so much. I do research for a living, so I don't necessarily my eyes and stuff be so messed up. I don't necessarily like to there's a whole lot of stuff I don't like to do, okay? Um and I'm looking at a article in the Commercial Appeal, and I don't know if they'll let me bring it up. And the Commercial Appeal is a newspaper in Memphis, okay? And it's talking about how, let's see, oh, they sure don't be wanting to let you, okay. It says Yo Gotti and Young Dolph feud between Memphis rappers run deep. And they did this article September 27th, 2017. And they was basically talking about, I'm gonna pull it up if it allows me to. I'm gonna get back to a Black Youngster, okay? But it's this article was written September 27, 2017. It's talking showing Young Dolph in his chair, showing Yo Gotti. Okay. And I think that's a video. It says the relationship between Memphis rapper Yo Gotti and Young Dolph and the tension between the two artists have been a major storyline in Memphis hip hop for the better part of 3 years. Okay, so that they had been into it for 3 years. This was in 2017, which it so at least so they had been into it since 2014. I was reading that Black Youngster was signed in 2015, and then he did the Shake Some diss in 2016. Okay, it says Dolph's real name Adolph Thornton Jr. was shot in Los Angeles outside the Lowe's Hotel on Tuesday. Subsequent media reports suggested the incident was somehow the result of a long running musical and personal feud with Memphis MC Yo Gotti, real name Mario Mims. The Los Angeles police has twice denied to the commercial appeal that Gotti, who was staying at the same hotel as Dolph, is a person of interest in the investigation on Wednesday. Corey McClinton of Memphis was arrested and charged with attempted murder. Police said they do not know if McClendon and Gotti are associates. However, McClendon and Gotti were both arrested in 2010 after 5 people were shot in a parking lot of Level 2 nightclub on American Way. The charges against Gotti were dropped in 2010 brawl due to lack of witnesses. McClendon was shot during the brawl. In Tuesday's shooting, Dolph was critically injured but is expected to survive. It's the second time he's been shot this year. In February, he was fired at in Charlotte, North Carolina. Gotti associate Black Youngsta, real name Sammy Benson, was amongst the men charged in the incident, though it's never been confirmed by both parties anyway. The root of the feud likely began in 2024 when Dolph, then just emerging as a mixtape artist, began saying publicly he turned down an offer to join Gotti's CMG record label. Okay. As you can see, one of Memphis's biggest newspapers back then had reported on the beef and things of that nature. And I don't know who, I don't know, because commercial appeal was quite, could be paid to put ads. You could pay to put ads in the paper and slander people and things of that nature with commercial appeal. I used to stop and get a commercial appeal, child, growing up. That's what we did. They stood on the corner and sold papers, but now they don't do that anymore. People have gone to online, and they're basically online and really almost really just a thing of the past. Okay. But as you can see, it was a long going feud, and they kind of talked about quite a few situations where Gotti and Vato McCory, Level 2, that's when people was really clubbing back then. Some people was shot up, and nobody was charged because of even Corey McClendon was shot because of the lack of witnesses, and I had heard about that. It is alleged that witnesses were intimidated and things of that nature, and some were even paid off. Okay. And so this is why I say when people say that, even in this Young Dolph's case, that the feds and the Memphis investigators are not doing a good job, I say you damn right they are, because they've done a very good job of keeping the witnesses. We don't know who the witnesses are. I don't even know. I just know they have quite a few of them, and I don't know who they are, and nobody does. Even when they pulled out all stops getting their vloggers to get on here to try and find them, the feds jumped in and almost shut this motherfucker down. Okay. They was gonna put some folks to flee. Okay. As a matter of fact, they did. Okay. um but as we could see, like, okay, so when Black Youngster was signed in 2015, then he released the song. They immediately had him to work on the song. Shay Some dissed Dolph. He was all over in Dolph's neighborhood. Before then, Black Youngster did not know Young Dolph. Young Dolph has been gone on record, and I wish I could find it. Young Dolph has gone on record as saying he did not know Black Youngster, did not have any issues with Black Youngster. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Um, that this was between Gotti and this was between Gotti and him. He said this is between me and his boss. Okay. I don't have any issues with Black Youngster. He did not know him. Okay. So it would appear that Black Youngster definitely, okay, was signed to immediately go at Young Dolph. They saw something, not only Gotti, but some of those street dudes around him. that works in the background. Okay, some of them street dudes around him, they saw where Black Youngsta could be sent out, and I think that Black Youngsta is the only person that didn't know that at that time because he was so in awe of the fame. Okay, he was so in awe of the fame, and he looked at Gotti as somebody that helped to take him out of bad living, take him out the hood, make him rich, and things of that nature. Instead of giving all praises to God, he gave all praises to Gotti and was willing to do anything. Okay, um, and was willing to do anything, not knowing that he was sought out. Because I'm pretty sure that the plan didn't start just when they signed Black Youngster. Okay, I'm sure the plan to take Young Dolph out. You see that in the commercial appeal, they're saying people suspect that the problem really only started when Young Dolph went public saying that, and I remember when Young Dolph said that, Yo Gotti had wanted him to sign with him, and he decided, he wanted to go on off and do his own thing. And I remember looking at that interview, and it was not even disrespectful, the first one that I saw. Okay, and he said, I could understand him wanting to do a paper route slash CMG, but evidently Young Doc was smart. He got some business partners and things of that nature, or consulted with an attorney, and the attorney probably gave them the lowdown on it, and he just, he decided, to do his own thing, and which he should have done his own thing. Look at how allegedly people claim Gotti put people in trick bags, okay, as far as those contracts and things of that nature. So that was a smart thing that Young Dolph did, but it, as a matter of fact, some people didn't take too kind to it. I was reading where they said Yo Gotti was talking about how he was in a partnership with L.A. Reid and with Jay-Z even at that time. And so, like I said, I just think some people did not take too kind to that. I don't know what was being said in back rooms and things of that nature, but it seems that's when the offense started. When, I would think that when somebody decides to go off on their own, you would go, all right, young blood, I wish you the best, and I'm going on to the next thing. But when there is an agenda, okay, people cannot do that, and they actually take offense to that. And so I'm sure that there were other people, other crash dummies that they looked at before Black Youngster was signed. I'm sure when that happened, they just decided that Black Youngster could be the one that could be used. I want to show you guys that will be easier to use. Okay, I want to show you guys the Black Youngster's Twitter. And I was looking at that, and before this 2021 situation, Black Youngster was he was really playful, you could tell. Okay, he was, you could, y'all come up with your own conclusions. Okay, but he was funny. And so in 2018, you see Black Youngster all over in Dubai. He was doing things that he had never did before. Okay, 2019. Okay, and they went and he did that shake something in 2016. People still didn't choose, right? People still had not chosen when that we
Don't let nobody tell you you can't do nothing like.
okay. Now this was in 2019.
Because I got it for me, not you. 2019, my mood. I got it, but don't ask me for shit. Because I got it for me, not you.
Okay. Um, I've heard people say that he says that one of the reasons that he started to isolate himself from certain people, family and people that he was around, is because when he came around, that's it's kind of profound, because I just somebody just said that it's because he felt like because he had money when he came around, family was looking at him. He said that they was begging, allegedly. I have to say, but I heard that from somebody that's credible. But if that's true, you have to think about when you come from the area that Black Youngster comes from and things of that nature, and all of his family lives around the area. Of course, that's a high poverty area. So, of course, if when people are having hard times and they see a family member that they are proud of that have made it, so yeah, you know, they probably will ask, "Can you loan me light bill money?" Things of that nature. Light bills don't cost no more than $300-400, so I'm sure it wouldn't have hurt him. But hey, anyways, um, let's keep going.
Until the sun hit me. You bitches love throwing shade until the sun hit me.
Okay, these was in 2018, 2019. This is when Black Youngster, when Gotti, he had signed in 2015. He started. Dolph's truck was shot up, and there was a consistent pattern of trying to take Dolph out in 2017, and after that we started seeing he really started going up in 2018. Okay,
My mom
this was 2018. This was 2019.
be telling me thanks for even getting on her showing my beautiful face.
Okay. Mm. Let's see. He said, "Bitch, it's me you're looking for."
Not him, ho. Him right here. Bitch me. You know,
So this is one of the reasons he was known for being silly and he was funny and people kind of liked him for that, right?
you're in the chop. Come on, like, yeah, bitch. I have a seizure if I sit next to you.
Okay. This was 2018, 2019. He really started going up after 2017, after all that stuff that happened in 2017 to Young Dolph. Okay, so this right here was in 2019. He says, "I'm a minister, B." Let's listen to this.
Look, I'm a minister now. No lie. Y'all thought I was bullshitting. I swear to God, I wasn't bullshitting when I told y'all I was this serious, no bullshit. So this how you do it. Prop my feet up. So now that I can marry someone, I need y'all to put like your lies together, your truth together, and give me a real story and tell me why should I marry you, why should I pick you. But you have to put pound church on Sunday in order for me to see it. So I got my team looking every single day, no matter what. I don't give a fuck what's going on. We looking, trying to find the right couple. You can be old, young, whatever. Like just as long as you love the person you.
Okay, so he went online and got his ministry license and he wanted to marry people. The truth of the matter is, when I look at that, I'm sure it was more for publicity, but in order for him to even be interested in something like that, I told y'all, but I knew Black Youngster's great aunts, and that was a spirit filled family at that time. Okay. They believed in God, definitely went to church on Sundays and things of that nature, had fun and stuff, partied and all of that. But I told you there was God at the core of that. And what they did was they took somebody that was troubled that they actually could have helped, but they targeted him. They only they could have helped to make better, but they targeted him for other reasons. Okay, just like they was gonna do straight drop. Okay, the exact same thing that you see with Black Youngster. This is the exact same thing the intention was the same thing with straight drop, but the Fed stepped in.
I hope everyone having a real brilliant and intelligent day today. Don't get in any trouble. God bless.
Okay. Now, this was around 2018, 2019. He really started going up after that 2017 situation. Okay. And it really bothers me because, even if with Black Youngster had some good productions, I'm talking about as far as beats, even if you don't think he's the best rapper, if nothing else, he was silly. He was a clown.
I take my time.
But hey, let's keep going. He said, I'm enjoying this life. Fuck all the other s. I don't play about my MF and IG. It's crazy how you can come through for a person a million times, but the one time you say no, you can't. You're not real no more. That was in 2017. Okay, that's 2019. Did I go back up or something? Um, Okay, doing backflips. Okay, there's something. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. He says, I'm innocent. May 12th, 2019. He says, this is from Art Horn. He posted, the lawyer, a text message. He says, I hope you're ready for some good news. All the charges in Charlotte have been dismissed. It's time to celebrate a victory. I told you when you brought me on your case, losing was not an option. We've sacrificed sleep working on your case because I'm not just your lawyer. This was a family fight, little bruh. Those are facts. Gotti told you it's not just about the money for me. This is what I do, fight for justice. We take care of family and we are family. It's no coincidence that right when you dropped your new singer, your cases were dismissed. Okay, look at God working. Now it's time to move forward, get this money, make these hits, build your legacy, and make history for God's glory. Now take your ass out there and give your fans at Rolling Loud a show. CMG and Heavy Count for life. That was a setup right there. Okay. And I like art. Okay. But art bullshitting. Okay. The reason why all the charges was dismissed is because Young Dolph did not pursue it. Let's be real. So Gotti helped to bring it on, bring him on, and this right here with I'm hearing now, I'm hearing, and it's probably about right, okay. But I'm hearing that there was some stuff. But the reason why Young Dolph did not pursue those charges, now I don't know. Uh, I would have to say allegedly, he didn't pursue the charges. That's one of the reasons why he got out. Another reason was I'm hearing that Dolph made them break him off. Okay. Dolph was a street dude, so he didn't want to pursue the charges, but I'm hearing that he made them break him off real like to the to the um to the sum of almost a meal. Okay. All right. Doc was a businessman, okay, but that's what I'm hearing, and that's the reason why they were so mad. Even though he did not file charges, he could have ruined his life. But I'm hearing that's what I'm hearing, that Dolph made them break him off. Okay. Um, and it wasn't a little bit of money. It was almost about a meal. Now that's allegedly, which is the reason why they were still so mad. So Art Horn, the only thing Art Horn probably was able to do was negotiate some situations. I don't know. That's just the rumor now. Um, but I don't know though. Okay, that was just what I heard from somebody out in the street. But Art Horn, that was a setup for Black Youngster, to for Art Horn to and Gotti to make Black Youngster think that he could get away, get him off on anything. Okay, this was in 2019. Of course, we know Young Dolph was killed 2 years after that. They wouldn't sit down, they just wouldn't stop. Okay, so 2 years after that, because they've given Black Youngster, who you could tell is playful, has a child mind, can be easily manipulated, and wants acceptance. They've gave him all of this stuff after 2017, after Young Dolph had all been shot up twice. Okay, after that, Black Youngster starts going up. This is between 2018 and 2019. Get a new house, all kinds of cars, wearing all types of jewelry. I mean, things are sweet for him. They upped it to make him, they really upped it, right?
Time for my bitch, I ain't like it now. Know what I'm saying?
Okay, I don't want to see that. So all of this was between 2018, 2019. Anything after that, he's not really posting on Twitter anymore. Okay. All that shit I've been through, man, made me evil because the street's so foul. Okay, that was 2019. Okay, that's him in money. That's him in money bag. Happy birthday, bruh. CMG.
Yo, nigga, play with me, gonna die. It's that simple.
So that was September 23, 2020. This was a whole year before Young Dolph died. Now his energy is different. Okay. Nigga, play with me, you gonna die. Okay, it's just that simple. His energy had changed. I believe around that time he had lost his brother, his other brother. He was turning dark at that point. Okay.
Look to the collection. You'll freeze, man. You freeze, shit on you.
So he gives Moneybag your heavy camp chain. Moneybag don't even really know how to fake with him because the word on the Memphis street is that Moneybag, even though him and Finesse and Black Youngster had tried to work together before they was even signed. Moneybag ain't too fun of Black Youngster. Okay, but you saw around 2019 him and Moneybag. Is that Moneybag right there? That look like that could be him right there. Okay, that you saw them around 2020 um hanging together more. Okay, that was around 2020. All right.
Nigga, you gonna ever see? You can only see me one time.
Okay. I'm just looking because see they've erased everything from. Okay, then now this was this year, February 15th. I don't know why Twitter's not in chronological order. Ain't that some shit? He said surprise.
Surprise.
You could see the evilness all over him. This was this year. He does not have that playful type thing going on anymore. You could see the evilness on him. You see how dark he turned. Look at his eyes. That was in October 30th of 2020, a year before Dolph died. His music turned dark. Okay. And I wanted to show this. Okay. Because this was in 2018. Okay.
Yo, Youngsta, I ain't get to see it, bro. I ain't get to
This is
see
when he
it.
was still playful. Even after all that stuff that had happened with he says worst birthday of my life, um April 8th, 2020. Okay, I do believe that this was like right after his brother was killed. Okay, everything started turning dark. I tried it already. My image might be too gangster for the queen. I understand. Okay, but everything is in chronological order. I mean, not in chronological order, but we see a different Black Youngster from the time that he signed when he was happy and he was out. They say he was a fool in the street, okay, but he was always playful and childlike, and he came from nothing and wanted acceptance and things of that nature. Um, but Moneybag, it sounds about right. Moneybag, you could tell never. His energy was always different. It was almost like he already knew why Black Youngster was signed. I think they might have told Black Youngster something, but I don't know if Black Youngster knew exactly why he was signed, or even if he did know, he didn't. It turned dark to him, right? It started to make him really, really dark. I don't know if he knew the extent of how much they was going to use him. Okay, they definitely had an agenda for him. I think Moneybag and all of them knew it, and I think Black Youngster is just starting to see that now because I believe Moneybag and his crew was in what happened to Young Dolph knee deep. That's just my opinion. I'll say allegedly. Okay, even though I know I'm okay. I'm through. I'm not gonna get into that. Okay, but Moneybag, I think Black Youngster is starting to see that what they think about Moneybag and what they think about him is completely different. Okay. Moneybag has been protected from the very beginning because they look at Moneybag as the bag, as Moneybag and now Glorilla. But Moneybag was the bag before Glorilla. And I think Black Youngster is starting to see how Moneybag and everything that kind of surrounds him was protected, right? Okay. On the other hand, they keep pushing him out front, okay, so that in a slick way, so that all of that negative energy can be put on him. I think they was really hoping that somebody would take him out after he completed, helped to complete a mission that they had in the works for a long time, and that was to eliminate Young Dolph. Okay, and so I think he's starting to he may be starting to see that now, especially when he was saying before that I've been blackballed early part of this year. I can see it with my own eyes. Nothing can hurt me anymore. He's a wild card, okay? And I've been told once he figures out he's able to process what they've done to him, he gonna take all them down anyway. So I really hope that you know I really think that they was hoping when they was putting him up, because see, when people say he did that video down at the tombstone, he could not do anything. He's still up under CMG. I don't care about him having his own label. He's still up under CMG without Gotti's approval. So when that happened with the Young Dolph, it blew the heat was so hot, they didn't know it was gonna happen. So, it's been a lot of people, that has been expendable. And I think it's Black Youngsta's term. And so when Black Youngsta is emotional. And so when he was screaming on every rooftop at the early part of this year that they were doing this, and that, they were blackballing him, they understood at that point, okay, that he was a wild card, okay, that they cannot just cut him off. That's suicide to just cut him off and do what they want to do. So we push him out there. Hopefully, that's the reason why they put their interns and stuff out there on the internet saying, well, Paper Route ain't doing this. How come they ain't got their league back? Why Black Youngsta and them still running around? So they have their interns to put that energy out there. And just like followers, because people don't process shit. They can't see past their damn nose. They don't know when they being played. And so people just kind of pick up on that. How come Paper Route ain't got they lick back? Well, that be the interns of a lot of these labels like CMG, because they want that energy out there, because it would be better for them if Black Youngsta was gone at this point, especially now that they see how hot the feds are on them. So they push him out there hoping that, Paper Route, they can lure them into trying to get their lick back. Okay, or they can lure some fan of the Young Dolph into doing it. Okay, and Black Youngsters didn't even realize that they wanted all that negative energy on him. They protected Moneybag Yo and still is from the very beginning. Okay, from the very beginning. And I think it's a darn shame before God, because I hate that this happened. And I hate that this has happened to Black Youngsta, because at the root, at the core of it, when people finish, at the core of it, Black Youngsta wants acceptance and things of that nature. As far as a heart issue, what they've done is absolutely wrong on so many levels, but I still think he got a better heart than Moneybag Yo. And y'all gonna see that and the rest of them in the very end. They used a person. Okay, and he wasn't by himself. They all going to jail. Okay, they think they pushing him out to be the one to go, just like they did Straight Drop and the rest of them. But it ain't gonna work out like that. They see it ain't gonna work out like that. Okay, but I think it's a shame before God, because I feel like he was set up for failure from the very beginning, and I feel like he was signed to I don't know, to do something, but I don't think he knew at that point, because Black Youngsta ain't even got the same light in his eye. He had turned dark. What they did to Young Dolph, I believe he's had more breakdowns than what people would know. Okay, you can't just take a human out for nothing. Okay, just because somebody else wanted it. Okay, first of all right, and it not mess with you, because Young Dolph always said, I don't have no issues with Black Youngsta. This ain't even between us. I don't have no issues with him. And for the record, Young Dolph had nothing to do with what happened to Black Youngsta's brother. So that was not true either. So, I feel like I said, I think that is sad, because, and I wanted to show video of how when he first signed, how grateful he was, how happy, how playful. That's why people started liking Black Youngsta, because of the silliness. And then it started to turn dark. It started to turn really dark. He has changed in the last couple years. He's gone from grateful to something else, to just crashing out. I don't give a damn, and like I said, I believe they want him gone. They're not gonna tell him that they want him gone. because it'll save them the trouble of doing it. Okay. Trust me, it's not Young Dolph's fans and people he need to worry about. He need to worry about them folks that's right around him, because they're the ones that had sought him out and was setting him up from the very start, in my opinion. Okay. And so then I was looking at Player Cole's page where he was saying that, somebody had said that Black Youngsta, somebody he knows had said that Black Youngsta had a Apple AirTag on his car. I'm sure Black Youngsta lives in a gated community. Who would put an Apple AirTag on his car, and why would they do that? Said his security ended up finding it. Who would be close enough to Black Youngster to put an Apple AirTag on his car? It wouldn't be the feds. I'm gonna tell you right now, before they said the feds did it, the feds got way high technology than a damn Apple AirTag. I'm gonna tell you right now, they don't need no Apple AirTag, and they can follow you everywhere you go. Okay, and you never know it. Okay, without attaching anything to your car. Okay. So that means it would have had to been somebody close to him. And why would somebody want to track where he's going, put an Apple AirTag on his car? Then you have to wonder about that. Why would somebody want to do that? Is it so that they can line him up and somebody can pop him? They can send somebody to pop him. And then because of all this negative energy that they put him out there to attract to himself, they can easily say that it was anybody. Paper route. They read it, they want to take paper route down anyways. It was paper route. It was one of Young Dolph's craze fans. Because look at all the negative energy he put out. Y'all, I ain't been no investigator all this time for nothing. That's why they don't like me. They can put it out there to the public. But I've been working in the criminal justice field for over 20 years. I know the shit people do. Okay. I worked in Crime Stoppers for years. I know the stuff people do. Okay, I know what they do. I worked out on the street for years. I know what people do. And still in the investigative field, I know what they do. Okay. So, anyways, y'all, like I said, I feel like they was setting him up because they wanted him gone they want him gone now. And he don't realize that Apple AirTag, they said he was freaking out, and he should freak out. He should, because who would be able to get close to him other than the very people around him? And why would they want to be tracking his movements so that they can have their hitters to watch him and take him out? That's it. That's all. Because, they'll take out the security and all shit. That's normally how it works. Okay. So when you put out negative energy, it goes back to what the Bible says. The Bible says they come at you one way. This is one of my favorite scriptures, and they flee in 7 different ways. In other words, God says that he will confuse the language. Y'all know this is my favorite scripture. And God says that he will confuse the language. In other words, they came at Young Dolph one way, on one accord. And then when the feds came in, they didn't know they was going to be that hot, because God is a just God. Everybody started scattering out. They start turning on each other, fighting with each other, because God will confuse the language. We're seeing revelation as it relates to this, and it ain't even the end. It's just the beginning as it relates to this situation. That's why you have to be very meticulous about what you put into the atmosphere. Okay. And at the core of it, I don't believe Black Youngster is a bad person. I think he's gotten himself caught up in something because he put God last and put man first. Man and fame and money. And this is what happens. And this should be an example to all these other young dudes, okay? Because people will use you up. Their loyalty, their loyalty only goes as far as they can use you. And after you do the very ultimate, they try to get away from you. Okay. But God ain't gonna let it happen in this situation, because what they did wasn't right. It was uncalled for, and it was not right. And Young Dolph got some Holy Ghost filled women that has fell out and wailed. We saw Mia J getting online. Wailing women win. Okay. That's what the Bible says. Wailing women win. So when women get out, that's the reason why they said call for the women, because women know how to get prayers through. We know how to fall out and start wailing and praying. It don't just happen with humans. It happened with lions. I told y'all that it blew my mind. I couldn't stop crying when I saw it. I love the documentaries on lions. And when female lions are in distress, okay, and they had all them cubs and they are in distress, they lay out and they near starvation because they can't hunt, they can't get a hunt, and they get near starvation, they lay out and start wailing. And any nomad or any male lion, okay, that is not obligated to a pride, they call them nomads, they could be heard from miles and miles away wailing, is obligated to come in and take over the pride and help them, okay, to get to get kills, I guess, and food and all of that. It blew my mind. Wailing women always win when they fall out and have a authentic cry to God. Okay, hey, I believe that Art Horn is filled with God, but wailing women win. You can't win when when your folks is in the wrong and you got people that's wailing and calling on the name of God, okay, and that's touching heaven with their prayers. That's right. You got Young Dolph's mother, you got a lot of his fans, and you got his woman, and not only his woman, but his children. You can't go up against that. So it is imminent. There has to be some repercussions. Okay, it's not a mistake or or coincidence that the feds are deep in this as they are. It's not a coincidence. It has to happen because willing women win. And ain't Mia J been on that Instagram wailing and getting them prayers up? Ain't her children been on there praying and wailing? And we don't know who all in the background. We don't know what Adam May, what kind of prayer she sealed in heaven for her grandson, who went on to be a famous millionaire that came out of Castelia from nothing. You know she got some prayers too. And the devils wanted to stop because God didn't have nothing to do with that. Okay. The devil intercepted his life because of their jealousy. And God ain't pleased with that. He shook the earth. That was an indication that he was going to shake up some lives. Okay. But I just think it's a shame that Black Youngsta allowed himself to be used like this. Okay. Because his personality being silly and all that could have took him really before Kings. He thought that what they was doing for him right then was more than what he was doing things he had never did coming out of because he lived around Macmillan is the trenches of Memphis, okay, the real trenches. But God could have took him before Kings, okay. But he made the mistake of thinking that God in them was his God, and that they were the ones giving the gift. When God says, "I'll touch the heart of man to bless you," okay. So that's the mistake that people oftentimes make when they take their eyes off of God and start worshiping man. This is what happens, okay? But I believe he was set up from the very beginning. They sought him out, not just God, people around him too. And they've used him. And now they think he's gonna, just like they did straight dropping them, but it ain't gonna happen that way. They all going down. And if Art Horn ain't careful, Art Horn better be careful. Because he know now they don't play with him. Okay, I'm talking about the government. I like Art Horn, but Art Horn gets too involved. Art Horn, do your law, do everything within the perimeters of the law, and you got to take care of all them kids you got. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to talk about that. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. And I like Art Horn. He's always been charismatic and nice and all that. His daddy was my doctor. Okay, but he gets too involved. Okay. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. I love you guys. I'll speak with you later.